Today we are going to study about the next characteristics of living things, that is a definite lifespan. Living things after certain age, they are capable or for reproduction. After few days their organs become weak. Still later their life comes to an end, means they die. So this is a specific lifespan which is there for each and every living things. See now, lifespan of a dog is 12 to 18 years, whereas that of ostrich is 50 years. A definite lifespan. At a certain stage of life, living things become capable of reproduction. After the reproduction stage, their organs become weak, and still later, their life comes to an end, means they die. In other words, living things die. The lifespans of different animals and plants are different. For example, the lifespan of a dog is about 12 to 18 years, while that of an ostrich is 50 years. Now see, do you know paragraph in your textbook? Lifespan of a giant turtle found on Galapagos Island in South America is about 170 years. So that many years that giant turtle can stay alive. So that is its lifespan. Lifespan of mayfly. You might have seen in the month of May there are various flies. Those are getting attracted towards the street light. Have you observed such kind of mayflies? They can range from 1 hour to 24 hours. So little lifespan they are having. So different organisms have different lifespans. Our next characteristics is a cellular structure. Living things are made up of small units called cell. So what is a cell? The small unit of which the living things are made up of. There are various kinds of organisms, those who come under the living things. So those organisms are maybe single cell or maybe with many cells. So single cell organisms are known as unicellular organisms, and organisms with many cells, multiple cells, are known as multicellular organisms. The examples of unicellular organisms: amoeba, paramecium, and the example of multicellular organisms: cow and banyan tree. Now see, a cellular structure. Living things are made up of small units called cell. All actions and processes in the bodies of living things are brought about with the help of these microscopic cells, the cells which can be observed under the microscope. Some living things are made of single cell. These are called unicellular organisms. So what are unicellular organisms? The organisms made up of single cell. On the other hand, the living things that are made of many cells are called multicellular organisms. So the living things with many cells are called multicellular, multiple cells, multicellular organisms. The cow, cow, mouse, cockroach, elephants, banyan tree and onion plant are multicellular organisms, and amoeba and some other microorganisms are unicellular organisms. Last year in 5th standard evolution lesson you have studied about the first unicellular organism that was found in the water. What was the name? Protozoa. And it was not been seen by our naked eyes. What instrument was required to observe it? A microscope. Clear with this? So those organisms are known as unicellular organisms. All the characteristics of living things are seen in every cell of the living thing. Very important line. All the characteristics which we have studied of living things are seen in every cell of the living thing, whether it is unicellular or multicellular. So cellular structure is the main characteristics of living things, even though the number of cells may vary. So now we will just recall the different characteristics of living things which make the living things different from the non-living things. From starting we have studied those characteristics are growth, respiration, excretion, responsiveness to stimuli, reproduction, a definite lifespan and a cellular structure. So these all are the characteristics of living things. Growth we have seen, the growth of a plant observed in plant as well as in animals. Yes or no, we have seen one activity. Then respiration, the organs used by the living things, different organs which help them to respire, to take in oxygen, inhale oxygen. Yes or no, that also we have studied. Then we have studied excretion. The excretion seen, the waste out given from the bodies of animals as well as we have seen in the plants, such as shedding of the leaves. Yes or no, water vapor is given out by that experiment or activity we have seen. Then responsiveness to stimuli we have seen in the mimosa plant. The mimosa plant responds to the touch. Yes, if it is touched, it closes its leaves. So that is nothing but it responds to the stimulus. The same way as animals respond, the plants too respond. Reproduction we have studied in plants as well as in animals. Reproduction in animals two ways, by laying eggs the first way, and the other way is by giving birth to young ones, and in plants by in plants reproduction takes by the planting of stem. Yes or no, or by planting a seed. Then we have studied about a definite lifespan. Every organism or living thing has a definite lifespan for how much period it is alive. That is nothing but a specific lifespan of that particular organism. A cellular structure. In this we have studied about multicellular and unicellular organisms. Each cell in each organism follows all these characteristics of living things. Clear till here all the characteristics. Next period we are going to study about useful and harmful living things in our surroundings. Thank you.